Yo, so what's up everyone? We have a special guest with us. I'm gonna get him to introduce himself. But again, welcome to the page. We're trying something a little bit different. We are wanting to, I guess, just expose and kind of share a bit more stories from some of our people from out here. So yeah, again, super grateful to have him in the space. So I'm gonna get him to introduce myself. Pretty much we're just chilling, maybe just share a little bit of stories, maybe ask him questions, and then yeah, these are our socials down at the bottom. Hopefully this will pop off, we're not too sure, but hey, let's do it. But yeah bro, introduce yourself my brother.
Te whānau.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, let's go.
Yo.
So Lance Uwerata, also go by Boulevard. And Waikato, all the Waikato community know me as Lancey Wanna Dancey. So
Lancey Wanna Dancey,
Lancey Wanna Dancey, brother. So yeah, so that's what's hot out in the spot.
Yeah.
Out in the mighty Waikato where the sun is hot. But whānau, we're here and it's a pleasure to be able to share a few things of what I've been up to in the Waikato. So
Yo, heck yeah, bro.
thanks to the brother Ken and Trent. We here, baby.
Easy. And bro, tell us a little bit about your Krump journey. You know, what your name is, how it came about. Just give us a bit of a background story as to how you fell into the position that you're in, type of vibe.
And how you became Lancey Dancey.
Dang.
Lancey Dancey.
Yeah, that story. Let's hear that story.
That's like a
Sounds like step one right
that sounds like 14 years.
Damn.
Yeah, that sounds like 14 years. So 14 years I've been passionate about Krump. 4 years pretty much just watching it really. Into freestyle dance. I was into break dance to start off with in college, and but because the era that I grew up with, my elders were quite tough, and dance wasn't really the thing to do. So it was more like, you know, you make something of yourself within sport, or you know, or just doing a labor job, or being able to bring figures in, and that kind of stopped my passion for dance, and I left school. Just because it was a rough influence I was around. Didn't want to be home. Always wanted to be with the homies because that's where it was at. Used to dance at a church, and didn't really fall into religion, but always had like love for something out there.
Yeah.
And but I ended up falling into just working from early hours to late hours, farming. Farming.
That's a tough job, mate.
Yeah, farming at the age of 15.
At the age of 15?
Age of 15, yeah, brother. I had my own whare, had my own road. Thought that was the thing, but just ended up being isolated at a young age.
That's crazy.
I thought it was an escape from home, bro, but I ended up, and that's how I found Krump.
Yep.
It was just roaming around at a young age. Met with some cousins. Yeah.
That's so trippy, bro.
And and just watch DVDs, but didn't really do it.
Yeah.
Just watching. Yeah.
What was one of your most memorable moments in terms of the DVDs? Like, did you start in like Krump 1.0, the Golden Series, or did you fall into like the Battle for Existence, like those ones?
I think it was Blood Brothers was the first one.
Blood Brothers
was the first DVD I saw.
Blood Brothers was crazy. Rascal and all of them.
My favourite round from LT
Brothers
was on that video, eh?
Yeah.
That DVD.
That's
One
crazy.
round before he injured himself.
I cannot. That's crazy. Yo, so Blood Brothers was like one of the more memorable ones for you?
Yeah, well, there was News Family.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one where they built
that was News Fam, Ice Fam.
That was in the playground?
Yeah, J-Type.
Yeah.
Hitman G.
Just to
Yeah,
confirm, you'd like to call Knowles here?
Oh, that's random. Bro, this is the internet, G. Like, how would that happen?
Sorry, I missed that.
Did we say
Who
that?
would you like to call?
Bro,
What, Siri? What are you up to, Cal?
Bro, call Knowles. Did we even say that name?
I don't know.
Did
No.
we?
Just to
No.
confirm, you'd like to call Knowles Pier?
Nose Pier. Siri, bruh.
Cause no, at the
Siri's
moment, we're in an important LTG.
Okay, so you kind of taught us a little bit about like your farming when you were younger. Kind of saw Krump through the DVDs, and then
Yeah.
after that, like, how did you kind of fall into the scene, bro?
That was a few more years down the track.
Yeah.
That was pretty much maybe my second baby. So like that was my second baby that I actually really fell into the movement.
Yeah.
Met with some cousin I worked there. I was a manager.
Yeah.
At McDonald's restaurant in Motuarahonga,
Yo.
and working the night shift, and one of the cousins was crumping.
Yo.
Just in the smoker, like
Oh yeah.
he just started. It was his first job for doing overnight at McDonald's, and and it was Martin Emery, and you know what his cousin
Yo.
Junior Carnage was his name.
Yeah.
Was his
Shout
crump
out to
name? Yeah,
Junior
JC.
Carnage, bro.
Yeah, JC. Yeah, so he was I would have been 24.
Damn.
Yeah, 24.
Shucks.
Then it would have been 24 then.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He was just crumping, bro. It was smoking. He was just crumping outside, having a ciggy, and crumping, having a ciggy, bro. So like
Yeah,
If that isn't the buckest thing I've ever heard.
I struggle getting buck without having to take that. They were like, this is some old school stuff, bro.
Yo.
Yeah, and his style was the rude style, so that's who they watched and studied a lot was the Rudes, and and from that, just from that connecting there, I ended up getting involved with the Villains, was the Krump crew, and there were 6 of them.
Sheesh.
From Waikato. They're still around. They're still around Hamilton, bro. Like one's farming out just 5 minutes out of Hamilton. He still crumps some legs.
So who like if what were they like the first Waikato Krump crew back in the day? The Villains?
Straight up,
What'd you
bro.
say?
Yeah,
For real?
Villains, yeah.
And who were the names, bro?
So it started off with Big Carnage.
Big
This
Carnage.
was Butch, the cousin Butch. These are all my family, bro.
Yo.
Just didn't even know they got Buck.
Yeah,
That's
You
tight.
know, but yeah, Butch, Big Carnage, and then there was Marty, he was Junior Carnage,
Buzzy.
and then you had Kamui, which he was just K Swag G.
K-Swag.
And then on there's actually YouTube footage of them too, and his example didn't know his crop name, so he's like unknown.
Oh,
Unknown.
okay.
Unknown,
yeah,
it's a
I've
Waikato
seen
crop
that
movement
footage, yeah,
footage,
yeah.
bro. It's on YouTube. Like the cousin's gonna be like, "Look,
Ah,
that's how it gonna be,
shit.
G. They gonna get me, cage me."
Yo. That's crazy.
But like Big Carnage, there was and then there was J Rep, which he was Fat Boy. I ended up being Jake. That was my first crop
Fat
name.
Boy?
Yeah, J
Yeah.
Fat was my first PH.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Pretty hot and tempting.
Pretty
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah, so I was doing it pretty hot and tempting.
Yo, pretty hot.
J Fat.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's the one, mate.
That is crazy, bro. I gotta give props for that. Holy.
Yeah, and that's what it was, bro. And his style was tight.
Yo.
He had a tight style, G, nicely broken down. Had tricks for days. Like it was into illusion moves.
Yeah.
Like, and it was old school stuff, bro. Like real old school stuff because they studied Golden Series.
Yo.
Like all of them, and you had to go 4.0 on YouTube. Like even 4.0 on YouTube, bro.
To
Because
this day.
there was no DVD of it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, and that's where you got your advanced stuff. And
Yo, I hear that.
I fully got into studying all that, and then I ended up battling for it. Got my J name straight away, bro. Like just straight away, and then ever since then, I ended up meeting Rob, which was I think he was young tragic.
Is that Commander Rob?
No, Rob Tioka, Judgment.
Oh,
Rob.
yeah, Judgment.
Yeah, so he was
Judgment.
so he was young tragic then I
I
think.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Buzzy.
Have you got a tattoo on the forearm, mate?
Oh,
What's that go?
no,
Is it?
No, I don't think he's got.
I don't know. He's got some rank tattooed on his forearm.
I think it's just got.
Wait, Rob, what kind of rank do you have tattooed on your forearm?
Yeah, he like
Comment
this.
below,
He
bro.
likes one of the
It's
treason
just-
videos. He's like, isn't he? No. Oh, it might be someone else.
Yeah, it might be someone else.
Damn, my bad.
Yeah, damn.
Alright,
I think
take
the
that.
I've got a tattoo.
I'm pretty sure it is. Nah, we're gonna wait.
We're gonna see.
Yeah, there's a Timbuk.
Sure, it's got like YG or something on.
There's a big judge.
Oh no.
Oh, he might. He might now.
That's
he might
crazy.
now. He might now. So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
definitely. He's coming up next week. So I'll ask him.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
coming
yeah.
up pick up baby. So
Me and
yeah.
me.
Babies in Hamilton.
And so with like your fam, boulevards, and just everything that you do, bro. How did you create the name Boulevard?
bro, it came from grinding Judgment for like how long?
Grinding, yeah.
How long did I grind Judgment for, fam?
Yo.
Like it was pretty much all my like I think 9 years.
Shucks.
Grinding under
Under that name?
Yep.
Buzz.
You know, and then there was like no movement, bro. Like as soon as I pretty much went under Rob, my fam kind of died out, like the Waikato movement.
And that's
like,
the villains?
And we had a session with Example and them when there was Street Quest. That's
Is
when
that
we first
the,
missed the
When
movement.
SK came over.
SK,
wasn't it?
yeah.
When SK came over,
Buzzy.
bro, we missed the workshop because it wasn't advertised. Well, it was advertised, but it just wasn't well
Yeah,
advertised.
it was
Yeah.
super,
We would have
last
showed
minute,
up
I
to
remember
it.
that.
We would have showed up to it, bro, and we actually we only see YouTube footage of it in Hamilton.
Yeah.
So like, when we always reminded how gutted we were that we missed it because Enforcer was there, B-Dash, they were in
Yeah,
the workshop
Lil
in Hamilton,
B-Dash.
bro. And then that would have probably kept them going to now. I'm not too sure, but we ended up going to Auckland and met Example, and I think there was a Lil Masters then.
Master, yeah.
Lil
Master?
Masters,
Lil
not
Master.
Master.
Is that the
but
girl?
There was he was a fellow.
Little Masters, I'm not too
I'm pretty
sure.
sure it was Lil Masters then.
Mm.
To hit up, yeah, bro. But yeah, it was Lil Masters. Jury was there.
Yo,
Yeah.
Yeah, Jury was there, and bro, and we just had a session.
hell yeah.
And even what was his name? Shadow. What's Shadow's name?
Oh, Sam.
Sam.
the
Sam.
Ram.
Yeah, Sam
Sam
was there,
the
bro.
Ram.
Yeah, Sam was
the
there.
Ram, brother.
Yeah, Sam was
Yeah,
there. Yeah,
Low Evan.
Shadow. Yep. Yeah, Sam was there, bro. So that was our first connection to the NZ Krump movement.
Buzzy.
They stopped. Like after even when we made connection with Example and them, they pretty much just
Stop.
slowed down, and I pretty much took over, bro, and then grinded
neat.
by myself for years.
Yo.
Yeah, and Boulevard came from just grinding Judgment for 9 years, bro, and then once I got their twin name, I felt like I could get a big homie name.
Yo.
Nice.
That's the
Hell
way
yeah.
Rob took me through, bro. Like he was
That's
just
me.
like the ranks and everything.
Hell yeah.
And then then I pretty much Boulevard came from just believing in just myself that I could be something in this movement just doing myself and have
Hell
my
yeah.
own style to work on.
Yeah, and I think that's so important nowadays, bro, is that people grind. Like, you're saying that you were grinding for like 9 years, bro. 9 years is a long time to put out any name, whether you're a little homie, whether you're a big homie. Like, not a lot of people stay consistent in that way, you know? So it's so buzzy that you had the wisdom to, like, you know, grind as a little homie for 9 years under that one name, under that one banner, and then it came a point where you were just like, you feel ready enough to kind of move on and build your own thing, and then you did that, and then now shoot, look at all the people that you teach. Because how many people do you actually have in your fam, bro? Like, it's quite a bit.
It's
Yeah,
quite.
you've grown
There's
recently,
a
you've
lot.
grown
Yeah,
quite a bit.
there's a lot. There's a lot that just like recently injured. Not just physically but mentally as well. So I kind of they're just there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have like a Rowdy Boulevard, Rowdy Boulevard, which I'm trying to work on him to be my twin,
Yo.
because he's leading, he's grinding
Rowdy
with me.
Boulevard,
Hey,
He's
put in that
grinding,
work, bro.
He's grinding.
Let's go,
He's
bro.
There's a Shaden cook, so like
Yo.
he grinds not just for a financial gain. It's about participation.
Yo.
It's about who turns up.
Yo.
It's about exchanging energy with just anyone that wants it.
Heck yeah.
And that's who he is, and so I'm trying to get him to be Twin Boulevard because
Neat.
he's there for the kids when they need him. He's with me at Ignite Arts Academy and Excite as
Yeah.
well. But yeah, that's my Rowdy Boulevard. Then I have Radical Boulevard. He got his rank because he's got a radical sense of how he crumps, bro. He's got an old style way of cropping. He's off rank because he's just does what he wants to do. He's a musician, so he's working on that. This is Stacey.
Let's go.
There's a Stacey, so and he's working on his own fashion as
Damn.
well. So
Yep.
and then he's got a caregiving job, so he's out there looking after elderly,
Yo.
which is
that's
what
tight.
a lot of us young people should be doing while we're young.
Yo.
Looking after our elderly and learning from them as well,
Mm.
because they got a lot to give us and a lot to learn. We got a lot to learn from them too.
100.
While they're still around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what he's doing, bro. And then I've got Street Boulevard, and she's from Melville, and I met her through Rowdy Boulevard. So so that's Mystique.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's only new. She's only been crumping for 3-4 months maybe now, and she's just so passionate
Yeah.
and putting work in, like actual work in.
But
And-
she's not. She walked down the steps at Beatdown, eh?
That was Queen. That was Queen Boulevard.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's Jade.
Bro.
Yeah, so she's current Waikato Kids Krump champion at the moment. She got that Buck by Nature crown.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
and that
yeah.
was and that was tight. And then she did really well She did really well at Beatdown as well.
Yo.
Yeah, just
Bro, when you guys rocked up, the new faces I seen at the beatdown.
bro, there's
that was
so
like a
much more
whole
to now, bro.
bunch.
Like you'll see more tomorrow.
Oh, goosebumps.
You'll see most of them tomorrow, bro, because I told them turn up.
Yo, it's
Yeah.
tight.
Yeah, so I had 14 pretty much, bro. 14.
14 in a fam.
14. So
In Waikato. Bruh.
Waikato, bro.
In
Just
Waikato.
yep, just Waikato, and I want to keep it Waikato because I believe if I spread it out too much, like even with Rob, he lived in Palmerston North, and then there were times where just in life, when life gets you, you gotta prioritize life, and he was a big homie to me, so he kind of needed to do what he needed to do, and I was lingering. Like I felt like I was lingering. I was entering battles with not as much knowledge as I should have gained,
Yeah.
and then he even took time out to like, so he stopped crumping to work on me as well.
Yo.
Because he was, there was a lot of that kind of work, and that's why I still
Yeah.
stayed loyal to him, because I helped him in life as well.
That's
Because
tight.
being a father of four,
That's what FAMZ about, right?
being father of four, and then you whāngai, I don't know how many,
Bruh.
Yeah, right.
and that's what I do. I've probably got like 20 something kids that I whāngai, like I look after, like personally, like I really try and be there for them.
That's crazy.
And
You're the man, bro.
yeah, so and we just
Yeah, hell yeah.
really
That's me.
because they need it, bro. And some
That's
people
so
just
tight.
need a brother to show up.
Yo.
You know, and that's why I've got these little homies now. I've just got Kid. He went from, I started him off with an off rank, and I was going to get him to battle to get a main rank, but nah, he's too natural.
That's tight.
He was.
I'm
keen-
super excited to meet him. Because I'll be
you'll
meeting
see
him tomorrow.
You'll meet him tomorrow, bro.
Heck
He
yeah.
only 10 years old, G.
Hey,
He only 10 years old, bro.
That'd be the
And,
craziest.
and bro, he's making Rowdy Boulevard like question twin because how like buck he is. Like,
That's crazy.
I've shared footage, but like not really like on post, bro. I want to keep him. I keep
Yeah,
things
yeah.
in the pocket.
Me.
Keep things in my bag, bro. So when I show up to events, I'm then like,
Just be like, here, go smoke.
yeah, but like,
Right.
let's go. Don't show
Go
too much
smoke
on
this,
social
go
media.
smoke
Keep
this.
stuff to yourself because when
Yeah.
you show up, you show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no one's seen what you're doing.
Yeah.
So keep that stuff like locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then even though they don't let that fame get to you too, homies, because man,
Yeah,
you
word
show
up.
too much of your stuff.
Yeah.
People study. I study people.
Yeah.
You gotta study people.
Hard out, man.
And so like I got a JR as well, but he's just working on his life and stuff as well. So
Me.
I still got to catch up with him.
Me.
Been like a few years,
Yeah.
few inactive homies that have been just dwelling, bro, and not doing much with KRUMP.
Nah, it's all
Yeah,
good.
some in
man.
Aussie as well, bro. That moved from Hamilton, so
Oh, yeah?
yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah, bro. So, but like they're just doing what they're doing. All my main ones, bro, are pretty much Kid, and then you got my son, which is
Yeah.
working for JR
That's super
for
tight.
Junior Boulevard right now. Rain,
Yo.
he been crumping for 4 years now. So he started when he was 11.
Mm.
That's me.
Yeah, I
Living.
always look forward to seeing him every time at the events. He just shows up and he's improved every time. It's crazy.
Bro, and now he's just got like, I feel like the last workshop he had was with Example.
Mhm.
And even that feedback, bro, like he's been working on it too.
Yo.
Like he just he's got like a groove like Mihu.
Yep.
Because he does, because he moves his chest and his upper body a lot, like the way he swags, like the way he grooves his body, bro. He has got like a Miho feel.
That's me.
Yeah.
So he's really working on that, bro. Thank you on that, bro, because he's working.
So shout out to Example right there, man.
Right.
Bro,
Just
it's
need work.
like, man, there's that workshops, but like I just need to what I feel like for my little homies, bro, is that we just need to show up for each other, but for everything. Don't have to come to battle,
Yeah.
because a lot of them are scared
Mm.
of that.
Mm.
Of that confrontation, because they don't come from pretty lives and stuff like that. They come from horrors and nightmares.
Yeah, 100%.
Domestic lifestyles, fam, they're real, and kids, all our kids face them, and we gotta remember that mental health is real, anxiety is real. They go through these feelings that
Yep.
we feel in our chest, and we gotta really be aware of how our kids are feeling inside, and they need to be able to not just give a language through their body, but they've got to give a language through their waha as well, because that's important. Just because a lot of us elderly struggle even to this day, like my generation, like the 80s babies, like us 80s babies, just we really need to focus more on how we use our body as a language in that era,
Yeah,
because we struggled to talk, because we struggled to talk, and I found my voice through my body. So
Yo.
Nice. Yeah.
That's
and
super tight.
and that's how I got the kids, bro.
Yo.
That's how I got the kids, because I just dance, bro. I don't, go around expecting. I'm just I can go to their level because of my dance. I can put on kids music, bro, like, you know, like soundtracks to like Dora or something random, bro, and just be a total Lancy wanna dancey. And just freestyle random stuff. Like, that's my approach to kids.
Yeah, that's
like,
me.
You gotta give everything and your all. Don't even doubt yourself with a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old, because you doubt yourself, they feel it.
Yeah, 100%,
You
bro.
know?
100%. Bro, I have another question. You know, with everything that you're doing, the people that you're reaching, and the FAMZ and the KRUMP community that you're building out here, what's the one thing that you kind of want to see built or established here in the Waikato in terms of KRUMP? Like, what is, like, if you're, like, you know, if you were to, like, say, like, yo, this is what I want the Waikato KRUMP movement to be like, and this is what I want to have in the movement, this is what I want popping off every week, like, what would it look like, bro? I don't know.
Well, for now, what we're trying to do, bro, is the turn up.
Like turning up to events?
Just people being able to turn up to a session.
Local session.
To a local session, to a local spot. Like, every, like, you know, like Wednesday nights we've been trying to pop off sessions. Like, we show up, and it's on Facebook, it's in our page. But, like, even when we PMing our fam, there's things out there that are preventing them from making, you know, it's sometimes the street life.
100%.
Because I'm so busy during my business day, so there's sometimes the business hours, if I don't have a safe building that's mine, and like most of the time I've got to go and pay, but now, like, if I need to have street kids, you know, and they are street kids, kids that are categorized because they can't pay for term fees in academies and stuff like that, and there are academies and there are, like, Excite Arts has got scholarships for families where they meet them halfway to be able to get them to
be there,
make something of themselves in the creative arts sector.
100%.
And that's, you know, and I'm a hip hop coach and a creative expression coach. So that's what I want for the KRUMP movement, is to use KRUMP as a creative expression tool. Because that's what I feel, but I can, like, a big one that I speak to my adults is that when you see Krumpers, like, you know, like even the Drake video, when he's like, he pulls his heart out and he's like, duk, 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 duk. You know, they even question me on that stuff, like, you know, and they call it an angry dance. And then he's like, well, he rips his heart out and he's like, duk, 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 duk. And I'm like, but it's because it's a tool. A heart's a tool. You know, we got to treat it right. We got to maintain it. We got to oil it. Like, we got to fuel it. You know, it's a tool. So he pulled it out to make his chest beat with his heartbeat, because that's what the heart does. So when he was going duk, duk, he's highlighting the heartbeat. And the chest is moving because that's what a heart does. It goes duk, 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 duk. Is that angry to you? It looks angry because you're not understanding what we're trying to say for it.
100%, man. That's like, I feel like that's an ongoing thing, with like KRUMP, just in general, like in every city, in Wellington, like in Auckland, in north, like up north, even here, like I've taught workshops here, and it's a constant thing. Like when you say, yo, KRUMP is like super fun, and then people are like, really? Like, it just looks angry, like when you're performing it, and it's like, there's so many layers to it, bro, you know? And that's what makes KRUMP super exciting, and that's what makes what we do just that more, like, you're always on the edge of your seat, because you don't know what you're necessarily gonna get. It's always like, it's gonna be either a fun type of vibe, a crazy type of vibe, a flashy type of vibe. So for anyone out there who's watching this and kind of having that mindset of like, KRUMP is an angry dance, like, bruh, it is totally not. For real, it really isn't. But you get
angry. You get angry. Like when someone says you lose your battle, and you got like a few grand on the line, and you've invested so much in your private tutorials and your online tutorials and your steezy classes and your steezies and your Yeezys.
The Yeezys.
Like, man, I spend money on shoes. Like, I'm so material when I come to my dance life. I love it. That's me, and like, it's, you know, it's a character that I put. It's my mask, it's my clothes and my shoes and my hats. That's my mask I put on. Because you know, naturally I'm like quite chill back. I come from country lifestyle, so like, you know, we didn't have the flashiest things there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But you know, and it was just. But now because I can, because I live life in passion, I make more than what I ever did farming. And I'm a full-time dance teacher.
That's
Like,
crazy.
I work in schools. You know, work in arts academies. I go to expos.
Yo.
I've got Graham Dingle Foundation, like knocking on my door, like getting me opportunities, like I don't know how many times. So I like love use Graham Dingle Foundation. Kiwi can, let's go.
Yo, that's mad.
Yeah, so there's so many opportunities for us as artists to be able to just speak on
Yeah.
how angry you're feeling, or how funky you're feeling, or how happy you're feeling, or how sad you're feeling. Because in hip hop and krump combined, you got all the tools
Yeah.
for emotions.
100%,
Yeah.
man.
All the tools you can vibe off with African. You can vibe off with, you know, you've got house. Like, who needs to go clubbing? You need to go to a house class.
Come on.
You don't need to go nightclubbing.
Vibe,
It's the vibe. I've been
Bruh.
teaching house for like a year and a half now. So like I've been grooving house for like a while. Whacking. That's why I'm in all those classes, because I want to be better.
Hell yeah.
Majority of my students are girls.
Yo.
Yeah.
You know, and then
It's tight.
and they see krump as angry. Like as soon as my inner, like I can do all of this stuff. I can lock. I can do all of this stuff, and they'll do it. But as soon as I start krumping, they step back.
Yeah. Nah, hard out.
They step back, and until I tell them, why are you stepping back? Don't you used to trust me? And they're like, yeah, but like you know, they don't know what to expect.
Right.
Because if kids are sheltered and they don't know the full truth of reality, like the street life, you know, like, because I know you parents think it's good for them to be able to not know what happens on the streets, but they catch buses and they got to go to school, and they got to get a job when they're older.
Yep.
They have phones, and TV, Netflix. There's some things that they can just tap into, and you know, and
It's all around the scene.
if you're gonna have too much control on our babies,
Yeah.
you know, we've got to be able to nurture them in a way where they make mistakes and we nurture that.
Yo.
But like, you know, but be there to guide them to be safe, and I feel like that's how I get a lot of loyalty when it comes to some of the kids that I'm grabbing attention, like they're magnetizing to me now.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of kids that I have connection with, because one thing that I'm connecting with all my little homies is that not just all of them, but like just some of them, is that we don't know our fathers, and not knowing what that looks like.
Yeah.
Even to this
100%.
day, like, you know, I still have my struggles as a dad, because I have this passion in dance.
Yep. 100%,
Yeah.
man. That's so dope, bro. Nah, mean. I think, what's it called? Just, I mean, because we're, you know, almost coming to the end of like our interview and stuff like that. I think what
They'll lick and stroke.
I cannot.
Oh, bro, what's that on your beard? And like,
I can. What would, I guess, like, you know, if you were to promote who you are and what you do, like what do you have to say to the people who are watching this right now, like in terms of krump, in terms of, you know, just what you're doing here in the Waikato? Like, what would you want to say to whoever's watching the interview?
My purpose is just to express, no matter what form it is. I work in sectors where you can express yourself through, I don't know how many categories of creative arts you can choose from. So like, I really want you to know that I'm a hip hop coach, a creative expression coach. I have worked my butt off to make sure that kids are not just trying to dance to look like everyone else, but they're dancing to just feel it.
No.
Whether that's just shaking their arms or learning foundations or whatever they want to do, I try and cater to that. My adult hip hop classes, it's led by their voices also. I don't just take organised routines and organised choreo for them to learn. You know, the way it is, how I am, is just to freely express what I am, and that's through dance. And that's just being able to think on the spot. That's why I love freestyle. I don't have to be fully prepared. That's why I love my adult hip hop class, because we can just groove and just be able to feel something. And that's why I want the audience to know that dance is, you know, yeah, you might have to pay for it, but it's worth it. Whānau, like, I pay heaps. Me and my not just me, my family invests in this too, because they make sacrifices for what I'm doing. Not only am I making a difference out there, my family make a difference for me to be out there. So and that's something that I've got to take note of too, is that you can be something out there, but you got to be something at home as well.
100%.
So putting the work in yourself as well as your art and whatever you want. That's what you got to do, and that's what I am. I feel like I'm a doorway for people to get what they want. Whether it is they want to go for a walk, or they want to go climb a mountain, or they want to go to a waterfall and cry, or they want to go to an ocean and just stare at the ocean fall. But I don't know, like, and just hang out. Like, I love playing games, anime, like, you know, that's what I'm about. And dance, especially dance. So got to find time to take time out and dance.
Yo, heck yeah, man.
But that's what I'm about, fam. It's just opening the doors for you. Wherever you want to go.
Heck yeah. Well, shoot, that's Lance, aka Boulevard, one of the leaders out here in Waikato, leading the KRUMP movement, leading just the movement in general. I feel like he's doing a lot more than just KRUMP. But yeah, I got some quick fire questions, some funny questions, I hope, or just some random questions. But I don't know why it's always focused on this guy.
Cause he's in the back. It's because he's in the back.
There we go. There we go.
It's because the camera wants to be in the back chilling too. But you are.
I thought you were pointing at Boulevard. I was like, yep. That's the main one right here.
It's that focus.
That's all about me. Hey.
That's because he's the battle judge tomorrow. That's why.
Bro, I haven't been talking.
I can't.
That's why.
First question, bro. First question. Buckness or liveness? And
Buckness.
Why?
Because it's buck.
Because it's buck nasty.
Because it's buck nasty. Because it's nasty buck.
Because it's nasty
Buckness because I love that buck zone, the way it makes me feel in that buck zone. I feel like I have more control.
Yeah. And for those who don't know what buck is, come to one of the workshops. Come see him. Those in the Waikato that don't understand what buck means, come and see my man out here. He'll teach you all of that stuff in the classes. Bucktastic.
I can't.
That is too funny. Alright, what other question? Fanta or Coke?
Fanta.
Why?
Because I love orange soda.
I
do. Orange soda, baby.
Oh man, Nike or Adidas? I can't. Nike or Adidas? Which one? Nike or Adidas? Adidas. It's the same thing.
Adidas.
Did you question yourself though? Like when you say Adidas, you're like, oh, I better say the other one in case it's wrong.
No, this is just for the people out there. It's just like Nike, Adidas, Adidas.
Just make sure.
Mr. International, yeah, I know.
Adidas. Oh no.
Nike or Adidas? Nike or Adidas? Come on, man.
Oh man, that's fiery. Hold up. It's burning. It's hot. It's fiery. It's gonna fire.
Yo, that is crazy.
Yo, flame grilled chicken wing.
Flame grilled chicken. That is too funny.
Nah, Nike.
Nike. And
Nike.
do you prefer
Jordan, Space Jam?
Yo, Space Jam.
G.
You watched the newest one?
No, not yet. Got to.
Yo,
gotta take my kids these holidays. You gotta make it.
Yo, tie-dyes, like in the Rise era, tie-dyes in like the new era of KRUMP, or the tie-dyes now?
Oh damn.
Which one? That's a three. I switched up real quick, but you got three options: the Rise tie-dyes, the new era of KRUMP. Now? The new era of KRUMP tie-dyes, or the tie-dyes today.
Are you watching right now, Oh man, I love the beefy eyes. Man, when he was beefy.
Yo, is that the SK Impact?
Yeah, pretty much. Like when it was like the onlys, like when they had the, you know, the 4Js, like when they was popping, like when Spartan was, woo! When he was, especially when he was gunning for eyes, like when he was gunning to be an eyes fan too, like he was like, bro,
that was crazy.
Like I'm a footage holic, man. Like I get drunk off that.
Yeah.
Like I sit like hours just watching, like especially back in the day. Like now I'm busy doing it myself, but like back in the day I was just grinding footage. But like yeah, definitely the beefy eyes was my favorite because like man,
you go
like,
crazy.
Isn't that what you like? Isn't like as a kid? If anyone messed with you, that's what you like, you know. Like I just saw me as like my inner child when anyone messed with me, like because especially when you're growing up through domestic violence and stuff, like you see that, you know, you feel like you want to protect, and you feel like that character, you can't mess with that character.
Yeah.
But like, he was so invincible, G. He just made sure he was known.
Bro, that's crazy. All right, and maybe the last two, we'll say who is your top 3 Krumpers in the world and why, excluding the creators, because obviously Tie-Dye's, Big Miho, they're always like a given in some way, shape or form, so we'll kind of, you know, put them out and just say like, you know, who's your top 3 right now, because I know it'll always change
right now,
or just in general.
I just gotta think, G, because it's like, man, even user fire, all the user fire too right now.
So we call it quick fire.
It's just quick fire, eh? Man, I'll
top three, and they don't have to be. We'll make it easier. They don't have to be ordered like third, second, and first. You just name your top 3 and why.
At the moment, it's my top 3 of NZG. So like at my moment, it's like in 13.
Damn, for real?
I made it.
You 3.
I made it, mama. I made it.
Like at the moment, at the moment, G, and the main reason why is because you're leading. Like he's leading and winning, and not like because like you know how everyone like I'm just like so like I'm like full like right now it's, you know, it's more for like because you are showing Aotearoa what we can be. You're showing us what we can be. You know, you're like even I sit on some tables like sorry for tapping if you hear the tap, but I sit on some tables, G, and I'm like looking at myself like in a suit. And I'm like sitting with people, bro. Like, you know, and I'm only here because like I thrive to be what you are doing right now. Like, you know, you guys are out there grinding, working, you know, examples in there definitely too.
Yeah, 100%.
But like, you know, but right now, like, you know, because you're really winning and you're really making something of your names, and you're branding yourselves too. Like my little homies, bro, like today, when we just went past Zeal, and then you just pulled out a little bit, and then like Mystique just looked over. She kind of like hate me for this, but like when she looked over, she's just like, "Oh my gosh,
that's crazy."
She's like, I was like, "What's this?" She's like, "That was just so buck right now."
Oh.
And I was like, "What's that, fam?" And she was like, "Did you not just see that, big homie?" And I'm like, "See what?" She's like, 12 and lightsaber.
Oh, that is
bro. Like, it's because like the stories you have. The user are throwing out on Facebook and the kids are following. That's what they follow now. Instagram, especially Instagram, because the kids are allowed on Instagram. I've noticed, not Facebook, but they can be on IG. So so like, and that's why I'm watching them follow you. They're sharing things to my video, bro, and that just makes me so proud as a big homie, bro, because you know, I never really did that with Rob. Like as a little homie, like I look at it like that. Like I never did that to Rob, like hard out. Shared, you know, there was a time, but then when he stopped crumping for like a year and a bit, I stopped doing that stuff, and I just worked on what I needed to work on for myself. But like, you know, but like what yous are doing, bro, is not just working on yous. Like, you know, you guys are out there now grinding, and because you guys have got you guys have made something for yourselves out of this country. All the kids want something like that, bro. You know, look at the Royal Fam. Like when you hear Royal Fam. Even till now, bro, you know, you hear Raw Fam and the kids go crazy. You know, and then but Saints Dance Academy, baby. Woo!
Baby.
Man, you guys are
hearing about now.
know, like,
They
you
be
know,
pushing.
Dang, you know, like our locals, you know, like you guys are like, man, all these, there's so many crews. Like most of you crews are doing amazing. Like all these crews, you got all these OGs coming back in the game now. But like, yeah, what you guys are doing, fam, is just keeping it live.
Appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hard out. Alright, and then the final question we have for tonight is were to give yourself or your younger self advice, what would it be?
Yeah, I struggle with this question all the time too.
Believe in what I wanted.
Mm.
Like I felt like when some of my adults were telling me to shush, I shouldn't have.
Mm.
No, bro.
It's a lot of
Sometimes there are things that I wish I knew what I could and not listen to.
Mm.
Like when I wanted to know things, I should have been told.
Mm.
Just tell myself that I'm important.
Yeah.
That I matter and dance. Like
Hell
you're gonna be a great dancer one day.
Yo.
That's what I want to tell. I think that's the message I want to say to myself, bro. Like because I struggled with that whole pufter thing.
Yep.
That's what I got told. I got told dance was for pufters. Come on, fam. And look at me now.
Yep.
Yep. 100%.
Look at these fellas. Like they dance. You gonna go and come and call these fellas pufters? I dare you.
I dare you.
Like now, do you like buckness or liveness? Which one?
I'll be behind this guy.
Hey, come in front, bro. Come in front. Come in front. You're the oldest, bro. Come on, hurry up.
but that was a friend. Like
Front line.
Come on, older brother. Come on, man. Oh, man. That's cool, bro. That's cool. And I think, I think you touched on like a whole bunch of really great stuff, especially just about believing in yourself and, I said it right. I said believing. Believing or believing? Oh, believing.
I heard believing.
It's believing, my bad.
Believe
Bro, I
living.
swear.
Like, that just came
Welcome
out.
to NZ, bro.
Believe in your living.
Be a whole bunch of us sometimes, bro.
He's breathing my ear right now. He's believe in your
believing.
living.
I'm believing in.
Believe in living.
Oh shit.
Believe in living.
Oh, dude. Anyways, as I was saying, right, cool. There's a lot of really great things that you can take away from this interview from the bro. And believing yourself, believing your dreams, believing that you can do what is impossible, what no one else sees. If you believe it, and you can ultimately achieve it with the right support, with the right people around you. So yeah, man, appreciate your time, brother. For real. I hope you guys watching just really appreciate what we're doing. Again, just sharing our people, our stories. But yeah, that is us. Thank you guys so much. I have no idea what we're calling this. It is what it is. I don't know.
But Joe, one thing before we go, follow Ignite Arts Academy, follow Excite Arts Music Academy, follow Boulevard Free to Express, follow Battlegrounds event, because that's what's happening tomorrow, 11:30 to 5 o'clock. If you think you can dance, bring it, baby, because we want to watch. Yo, let's go. But and follow these guys, because we got Beatdown next weekend. We've got Whack Attack tomorrow night. There's the Nest tomorrow night. Mozzie's putting it on for KRUMP tomorrow night, because that's what we all about, baby. KRUMP, they're buck.
That buck nasty.
That buck. They're out here raw.
What's good?
That interview was bucktastic, yo. Cheers. Next time.
Alright, see you guys next time, man.
Buck elastic.
Buck elastic.